stories. It is my hope that we recognize for a second that suicide isn't just about statistics or something medical. It's about pain, and it's about people. Because we are all just people, and as such, we deal with pain, we deal with problems. And in order to move through our pain, problems, and the difficult seasons in our lives, we need support. We need community, we need love, we need other people. Even though we spend most of our lives in a race trying to separate from one another, in the end, it's the sense of coming together that really matters most. That's what has meaning. I ask you today to consider the stories of the lives lost to suicide. I also ask you to consider your own story. Maybe you are feeling stuck in the middle of it. Maybe there is a lot of pain. Maybe life is really difficult right now. And I ask you this because I want to start a conversation. Almost 2 years ago to the date today, I attempted to take my own life. The pain was so great and the road was so dark I couldn't see another way out. I figured the people in my life would be sad for a little while after I died, but eventually they would move on. Of course, that's not how I've ever reacted when someone in my life has left. But sadness had taken such a hold on my life that I felt I was different and I would not be missed. Looking back, I really can't believe how wrong I was. I am not more special than you. You have the same value and worth as I do, and that worth is so great that I cannot ever put it into words. So this is an invitation to go beyond the words of suicide prevention, to feel the humanity of it and recognize the significance of the stories stopped short by suicide. Take a second to imagine someone else here before you instead of me, that instead of my loved ones being here today, that they would be around me 6 feet under the ground. Now consider just how significant you are, and every one of us are. And then take a moment and hold on to these 4 words I'm about to say. First, hold on to them into your head, and then keep them forever in your heart. You cannot be replaced. So now I would like to share an essay with you that I wrote and shared with the Desmond family about Jocelyn at her memorial service this past March. The conversation I mentioned earlier is extended to her because she, as most of you know, cannot and never will be replaced. If she had chosen to get involved in this conversation I'm extending, instead of taking her own life, I believe her beautiful self would be here today, physically, among us. If she would have called me or anyone, well, here's what I would have told her. Here's what you tell someone who wants to commit suicide. The moment those pills go down your throat, you'll wish you hadn't done it. When the chair leaves your feet, you'll be struggling to get on solid ground again. You tell them they've been burning bridges for so long, and maybe now it's time to just find their way across. They can use a cane or a walker, your outstretched hand, even a police escort. But they've got to get across that bridge. But don't force them to get over that bridge if they don't want to. Never push them any further than they want to go. Be gentle, be patient, be kind, love them. Stay with them and spend time with them and let them cry. And don't you dare tell them to dry up those tears. Let them fall, and then you give them a list of 151 reasons why they're too beautiful for tears. Try to make them believe it. Show them how much you do. Tell them that you'll light 1 candle for every night they keep themselves alive. Tell them you hope by the end of the year you'll have a house burning brighter than the molten core of the sun. Take their sadness and give it a good talking to. Sit it down on the sofa and look it in the eyes. Say, I want you to give this person their life back, and make it comply. Bind it up with duct tape and tie its hands to the back of the sofa with rope if you have to. Get a confession out of it and play the good cop, bad cop routine if necessary. And you'd better make sure that at the end of the day, their sadness will be bruised and bloody, broken beyond repair, and not the way around. Throw all the plates in the cupboard against the wall. Make this person listen to the sound of them shattering. Tell them that you don't want it to happen to them, and make them pick up all the splintered pieces with their bare hands until they get the idea, even if it takes all night. Then invite this person to dinner at your house and serve them a 4-course meal on your best dishes. Let that metaphor, that analogy, rest in their body till it burns in their bones. Say, if you don't kill yourself, then all these plates will be yours. I promise you that. Look at the porcelain sparkle and see it in yourself. Take them out to the rooftop of your house and stand as close to the edge as you both can. Make them close their eyes and ask them what they feel. And if they feel fear or loathing at you for making them do this, tighten your grip around their waist and lead them back inside. Look in their eyes and hold their gaze and tell them this: you were afraid because you still had something to live for. Allow them to sleep in, but when they're just waking up, bleary-eyed and tender, and they want to stay in bed under the warm covers, rip all those covers off and strip the bed until it's as naked as their soul. And then say, if you kill yourself, well, then you'll get to sleep forever. Then open all the blinds and let the light in. Take their hand and lead them to the window. Look at the beauty out there, you'll say. Look at the bright blue sky and the clouds and the flowers in the garden. If you sleep forever, you miss all that. But above all, put your ear to their chest and listen to their heartbeat. Then listen to their words and listen to every single one that pours out of them. I don't care if it takes hours or weeks or days or even years. You need to be there and hear what they have to say. And when all those words are gone and they're left completely empty and bone dry, I want you to fill them back up with your love and your willingness to help them heal. Let them know that you'd walk through fire and swim through floods and journey across barren landscapes for them. Now, here's what you say to someone who wants to commit suicide. And this will be the simplest word of all, but the most difficult to say. Stay. Thank you.